All isn't well on the island of MTL, but let's all walk together and go through this hell. Folks, I am going to be your unofficial tour guide of Montreal, except we're going to be doing it via Reddit. I found some interesting things going on. Something interesting. And I wanted to just show you guys, the chat. Chat, we have a problem. We have a problem. I don't know what's going on with MTL recently. I'm not in the depths. I don't live on that spooky island. I have to go to work to that spooky island. There are things that I have to do there on that godforsaken spooky island. I just like saying spooky island. It's not really spooky, but it will be eventually. Something is in the air. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but something ain't right. Something is off. Something feels bizarre and out of it into the fucking zeitgeist. And I love that this chaos is fucking happening and we get to see it being posted on Reddit. And I get to make a video about it. Thank you, Reddit. As much as everybody hates this freaking website, I actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it the number of times I would post things from r/oddly terrifying and r/weird. But the last few times within the week, I've been visiting the Montreal subreddit to see what the fuck is going on. What the hell's going on in this godforsaken city? I'm not saying it's a city that never sleeps, but goddammit, you know there's something going on when it's the summertime. It's not just the construction. It's not just protest season. It's not just the festival season, or is it the terrace season? You get to see a whole bunch of fucking things. People love to come out here to Montreal and just see all the bit of European-esque shit without having to go to fucking Europe. Which I can understand from an outsider's point of view, but it becomes a bit of a fucking excuse as somebody for me who's a freaking local. So I make it a point to try to stay away from the city as best as I can. And only go down there when I need to. But I saw a few things I thought I would like to talk about with you guys, chat. Montreal is not what it seems. Montreal is not what it fucking seems, guys. I think it's pretty hilarious that I see this narrative online. I've actually heard this for many years. That Montreal should be its own separate city-state and have its own autonomous powers and not be part of Quebec whatsoever. Because Montreal has its own quality compared to the rest of Quebec. And my thing to that is, you guys really believe that? You really think that Montreal could stand on its own fours and find its ass with both hands? You guys can't even do the fucking basics. The same thing with Quebec. It can't even do the fucking basics as a so-called nation within a nation. You motherfuckers need a Giuliani. I've said this a bazillion times. You guys need a fucking Giuliani, not only to clean up the goddamn corruption, but what's the fucking come over time? What the fuck is gonna have to happen? With interesting individuals coming to the city, even if they don't share the same values as us, if they speak French, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. It doesn't take a freaking genius, an IQ of 145. I'm not quite sure if that makes you a fucking genius, if that's the threshold, but it doesn't take a high IQ to fucking realize that. But the last federal selection, Montrealers decided to go red. Not just fucking Montreal, but the whole freaking GMA. Even my old neck in the fucking woods, where all the freaking Greeks were, decided to vote for the Reds, for the Stinko Pinkos. They decided to vote for that because, hey, what could possibly go wrong? Let's just vote the way we've always done. The liberals of the yesteryear is not the same fucking libtards as they are today. But let's vote for them anyways. Thanks a lot, boomer. So, interesting things I've noticed going on in Montreal. I love it when people want to say that Montreal is not like any other city. Which again, I can understand from an outsider's point of view, but the fucking nuance is there, y'all. Like this. Why are you people this messy? Or, as it's saying in French, pourquoi vous êtes des cochons? Why are you guys pigs? Now, I'm not quite sure where this is, but like, what's the deal here? Why? You expect other people to clean up your disgusting trash, including shattered mirror and gross, uncontained garbage? Yeah. Oh, lovely. There's a freaking EV in the freaking picture. How lovely. Hopefully it didn't explode right after the guy took the freaking picture. No, this is a very good point. Like, it's not New York City levels, but what the fuck is this? What is this shit? I don't know when this was actually taken. I wouldn't be surprised if this was about 4 days ago. Taken on Canada Day. You see the freaking mattress? So yeah, what's the deal with this? Oh yeah, here's your bike lane. George Carlin. All of this shit. Like, what am I supposed to be looking at with this? Am I supposed to be impressed by this? Am I supposed to think for one fucking second that this is totally acceptable? You see, this is not a theory for me, and for me, I think this is 100% true. I think the way you guys treat your fucking city is how much you give a fuck about it. Cleanliness is next to godliness. This ain't fucking God. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, what is up with this? Like, a good question. Yeah. Why? Why? What is the fucking deal? And who are these people that are tossing this shit on the fucking streets of MTL? You do realize that Montreal is going down the same fucking pipeline as New York. New York looks like shit. Is Montreal also going to go through the same thing like San Fran with all the fucking shit, the poop decks everywhere? I don't know if you guys saw in my latest post. I saw it on Twitter and I posted it on my community tab. Some rando dude was taking a dump right in front of a tree. Now, I am 98% sure that is at an MTL because I saw the background and had those stupid Bixie bikes. The ones that you guys could rent out for like the day or an X amount of hours and then you have to bring it back. So yeah, like what are we doing here? Like, I have colleagues, believe it or not, I have fucking colleagues that I work with that are messy as fuck. Maybe not to this level, but they're messy as fuck. I would hate to go into their apartment. I would hate to go into their fucking apartment. And if there's one thing I ain't doing is picking up after your fucking shit. Okay? I have to clean the fucking house along with my own stuff. And when my other half is not around or he can't do the cleaning, I'm the one that has to pull that weight. Do you think I'm going to go to work and clean up after other people, let alone I see this and I'm going to be a good Quebec model citizen to pick your shit up? I don't think so, dude. Brother, I don't think so. And you know the best part? The garbage is going to get picked up bi-weekly. You know what that means? This could be sitting here for at least 2 weeks. Actually, if you decided to put this on a date, like any other day, that could be there for at least 2 fucking weeks. The trash bros are going to be coming to pick up your shit every 2 goddamn weeks. That's how it is where I live now, in French country. Every 2 weeks, every second Monday, I believe, it's it's garbage day. And then the week after, it's, recycling. And then you get the compost at the same time. So, you guys clearly respect the bejesus out of MTL. Like, this is just fucking magical. I can't only imagine how it is out in Park Extension. Like, this is hilarious to me. But let's get on to the other thing. Because this has been causing a little bit of a ruckus. And it was only a few days ago that there was this weird thing going on in Park Extension. Now, for those that are not aware about this Park X, out here in Montreal, there's this place. I would call this maybe Little India, Mini Brampton, whatever the fuck, even though there is a still significant Greek population. But I have family members that live in Park Extension. They've lived there for a very long time. I don't know why they don't just get the fuck out at this point. But anyways, they're old. So, like, where are they gonna go? They shouldn't be bothered having to be in Park X. So, there is this park called Park Jerry. And I remember going there way back when, and there were some questionable people there. And when I say questionable people, I mean of the South Asian kind. And it was happening even back in the 2000s, and the attitude was disgusting. Like, they were swearing at us, and we're like, okay? Like, the situation was completely unprovoked. It wasn't merited. So, people have been freaking the fuck out recently at this park. It's a public pool where everybody and anyone could just go. But apparently, these 3 to 5 men who are South Asian descendants, or as the OG guys put it, Indians, the Jets, the P-Jets, the PJs, were committing voyeurism. Saying some pretty probably nasty things about towards the women that are just like changing or, you know, in their bikinis, something. Now, when you go to a public park and you just want to go out and relax and enjoy your day, you're not really in the fucking mood. At least I wouldn't be in the mood to be getting ogled at by a bunch of fucking losers and getting called a shit ton of names. I saw this. It was actually... This was trending for a few days, like last week. And I love how I think it was the Journal de Montréal ended up picked up the story, and I think the same day or the day after, CTV Montreal reported on this situation. So since then until now, there has been a bit of an update. But wait, there's more. We'll get to it. So today I was at the pool in Jerry and witnessed 3 men that were absolutely not dressed to be in the pool and got kicked out by security. Then they proceeded to camp out at a hill outside the pool area to get a view, and then security promptly kicked them out again. I also noticed a heightened number of cops, cadets, patrolling the area during peak hours. They were never there before the initial reports of the creepers, the Jeepers Creepers. Or, I don't know, can we give these guys the PJ Creepers? Let's just call them that. Not very creative, but let's just go with that. The Jeepers. Nah, even that. The Jetters, the Jeepers, I don't know, the PJ Creepers, whatever. Chat, help me out here. Very happy to see this response to the ongoing issues. Bravo tout le monde. So, 666 likes. That's awesome. This whole thing is raw reactions. I love seeing that. 666. Well, this was 21 hours ago. This is 4 hours ago. Now again, context, I don't know when this picture was taken, but this was posted about 4 hours ago. So you have the Jeepers Creepers over here. This is the hill that somebody was referring to. And let's see what it is that's going on here. Went to Jerry Park Pool about 5:30 p.m. with my boyfriend. We started undressing in a little enclosed grassy spot, and I turn around and see these two fully clothed, staring me down, and the other young women who were in their bathing suits. Even the police present, they don't seem to freaking care, so stay vigilant. Can't necessarily make it bigger, but these guys don't look like white guys. Does this not look fucking creepy? And the person took a picture on top of it. So, am I to believe that this is the freaking diversity that you guys want? Is this basically it? Even here on the freaking side here, like 10 months ago, duel of creeps in Jerry Park. 11 days ago, can't chill at Jerry Pool. 11 days ago, weird guy at Jerry. You see, even here. Am I supposed to feel reassured? Like, even the cops don't, like, these cadets don't really give a shit. There's only so much that they can do. And I feel like as time goes on, Montrealers are going to be in for a rude fucking awakening with this type of freaking behavior. They will be. But now let's get on to something that really prompted me to make this fucking video. Because this just kind of highlights, I think, you know, the fucking bullshit, how people are these days. It's night and day. 2020, silver lining. Here we go. Here's the chaos. Here's the interesting bullshit. And the fucking thing of this zeitgeist, I think it really adds to the situation. So this was posted 17 hours ago. Why have people forgotten bus and metro etiquette? I've been noticing this for a while. But 2020 really made it explosive and put it in everyone's faces. I don't know if this is post-COVID, if this is a post-COVID issue, but people seem to have forgotten basic decency post-lockdown. I mean, what did you expect? I've only been saying this since I've been going to college, and we're talking like 2009, maybe even prior to that, because I was taking the bus for a while. I was taking the metro, and you cram everybody in there like they're fucking sardines. The flu still happens regardless of 2020, whether there's a pandemic or not. Now, magically, all of a sudden, now you need to be having your 6 meter fucking your 6 feet or 2 meter, whatever X amount distance, even when you're in the fucking metro. But it didn't matter over 10 years ago. It didn't fucking matter. It's been more than 3 years, and still there's so many people who are unaware of common etiquette. This is why I don't say common sense. No. Here, okay, let me rephrase this. MTL blog posted something interesting. I think it was yesterday. What is it that Montrealers have forgotten or some shit? I'm going to have to look into that when I'm done editing this, or if I might edit. I basically said critical thinking and a sense of humor. People have also said common sense. The reason why I don't say the word common sense is because, at face value, common sense isn't common enough. But basic decency makes a hell of a lot more sense, because you're talking about dealing with another person. You're talking about somebody else who, on some level, especially now, I'm kind of changing my mind, on some level, some humans have value. Now, when I say some humans, even the useful idiots have value in that sense, but they're only useful until they're no longer fucking useful. Politicians are like that. A lot of these language Nazis are like that. These Canadian maggots are also like that. There's a lot of people that I view today that don't have value. But I still go about my life with, basic decency, because why? I treat others the way they want to be treated. If you want to be rude in front of my face and just bump into me without even saying sorry, bro, no problem. I'll do the exact same thing to you. We're square, we're even, but that might not do anything. Then if you get pissed off, it's like, well, you didn't say sorry, so you expect me to say sorry? I'm not saying sorry, so fuck you. People don't take their backpacks off anymore on busy buses or metros. They don't move to the back or the side to make space for everyone else. No one waits for you to get off before going on. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. The number of times I have seen this. You know what has happened? There would be some metro stops where the cops would have to fucking be there to police people, allow the other guys from the carts to come off, and then you guys could be signaled to go in. That is how low that's how low the fucking bar is. It's pathetic. Montrealers are fucking pathetic. Okay? Like, I'm not surprised. I can't roll my eyes any harder. If you're sitting in a seat designated for the elderly, handicapped, or pregnant women, do a sweep when someone enters a bus or metro to make sure you're not keeping the seat from the people they are reserved for. Yeah, I've gotten that. Yeah, I've seen that. If there are no free seats for someone who clearly needs it and you are able-bodied, offer yours. They don't. If there's someone with a stroller, move away from the seats that lift to make space for it so that people can move freely. But what about those with their fucking bikes? If they have big ass clunky bikes, like the bikes with the fat tires, I'm not saying they're taking up so much space, but I mean, if the fucking Metro cart is full, what are you doing? Why are you still pushing through? And this is what I mean. I've said this in the past, I'm saying it even now. And this is kind of ironic, but this wasn't fucking India a long time ago. Now that shit's gonna fucking change. Alright, here we go. Greet and thank the bus drivers. I usually don't. I just say hi and that's basically it. But the thing is, again, and I will say this, when it comes to the STM, guys, I have been in situations where they have been so fucking pissed and they will yell at some people. And the bus is fucking full. You're already frustrated that it's full. There's traffic. You're waiting the fucking lights. Jesus Christ, dude. I might as well be fucking dead by the time the light turns green. And I can't get to my destination because my fate has been screwed over by the light. That's why you have altered my path of destiny. I meant to go one way, now I gotta take something else, and now the fucking bus driver's giving everybody shit. Yelling at us in French, and we're all like, "Qu'est? Say what?" So yeah, that's just meh. I mean, it's just common decency. Don't litter on the bus and metros. Try not to shit in them too. And also, do the world a favor. I've seen and I know what the issue is. The homeless people there. If you get off at Laurier Metro, it smells like piss. But then again, that fucking area is the Mile End. The place, I've gone to this place a plethora of fucking times. And this isn't far from the plateau. The plateau is what I like to say, it's like, the Mile End is like, Commiesville adjacent. Like, it's just like the other side of the plateau. It's very artsy-fartsy. I think, Sherbrooke or UQAM is there. It's a college town. You get sent, like, bruv, you know how many times I would be in the Mile End and I would find propaganda, leftist fucking propaganda? I posted on the channel so many times. So, I mean, like, what the fuck? You have the issue of the homeless people. Now, I'm just gonna say this, because I find this to be the most pathetic fucking thing I've seen, alright? Talk about creating jobs. You ain't creating jobs, you're not solving the problem with the homeless people. You're not. When you're in Montreal and you see those guys that are called the STM constables, I was actually almost offered this job. Like, it was suggested to me, yeah, you would actually make a good candidate. I told him, no, I'm doing something else currently at the moment for my profession. I'm not interested in doing that. Because the guy that offered it to me was actually a fucking cop and a psychic vampire too, so screw that guy. He told me about this job, and I call these guys the homeless escorts. Because what do? Whenever the homeless person goes into the metro, not so much the carts, sometimes you'll see them, but not always. They're inside the metro itself, like where the doors are, the entrance. Or they're past that, they manage to pass it, and if they do get onto the metro or in that designated area, the constables, what they'll do is they'll pick them up and they'll escort them outside. That's literally all they fucking do. That's all they do. I'm sure there's more to the situation than just that, but fuck me, dude. You couldn't pay me enough even if you offered me $1 million to be doing that fucking job. Why? Because I mentioned I like firearms. You expect me to do a civil duty? You want me to do that? You want me to step into the fucking metro where it smells like piss and escort homeless people and also have a fucking firearm? No way, bruv. No way. I am not, under any circumstances, gonna be a good person and save a life using a firearm out of Montreal. You idiots disarm everybody? Deal with it. You're not getting that shit out from me. Not even at a freaking job. Absolutely not. Eat a dick. Seriously, eat a fucking dick. You made yourself crystal clear. People like me are not welcome. Firearms are not welcome. You're not allowed pepper spray. And now I sometimes feel when I have to go down to my destination in Montreal, I have to sometimes walk around with extra eyes around my fucking head, looking over my shoulder, acting very nonchalant and being calm or appearing to be calm, when really I'm just pissed, knowing what I know. Oh, but guns are bad. Not allowed to defend yourself, not allowed to do this, not allowed to do that, blah, 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 blah. And then on top of it, you're also in a fucking city where people are noticing this sort of thing. Well, when shit hits the fucking fan, what do you think's gonna happen? Anyways, I know I'm going off, but I need to say my piece because it's very frustrating. Clearly, I've outgrown this fucking province and the city. People still need to clean that. There's trash cans everywhere, and just hold your garbage till you find one. Don't sit on the outer seats and block others on a full bus. Don't take up an extra seat with your bag on a full bus. Stay to the right of the escalator. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what I have to... You know how many times I've done this? Okay. I'm not just standing on the left side, okay? It's technically illegal for you to be doing that, but I don't think we need to make it into a law that you're going to get in trouble for... I mean, you won't be in trouble. You're stopping the flow of traffic, okay? You know how many times I had to, like, you know, confront the person and you could hear it in my voice, my frustration? Like, somebody will just be there and, like, let's say I want to go up the escalators and the right side is completely full and there's always that one asshole that is just standing there because the traffic wasn't there to begin with. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck that there wasn't anybody there to begin with. I'm coming now, so fucking move. So you hear the frustration in my voice, and I'll say something on the lines of, I'm gonna sound a little bit like animated, but I'll say, sorry, I'd like to go, please. Like, I'm very in your face about it. Something akin to that. And they don't say sorry, they just, like that. Like, just deadpan stare, or just don't even acknowledge you, or say sorry, nothing. This really fucking pisses me off. And here's something else. I'll just mention this. Can you assholes stop blasting your shitty music? And I'm not interested in listening to your phone conversations. If you want me to listen to your phone conversations, I'm going to be dropping a fucking pipe bomb in there. I'm going to be crashing your phone. I'll be the conversation crasher. Yeah, isn't that just totally crazy, dude? Like, what the fuck was he thinking? Who the hell are you? What? It's an open conversation. Yeah, I mean, you're almost inviting us to enjoy your conversation, be part of it. So I'm part of it. If you don't want people to be part of your conversation, then turn the speaker off. You pinhead. So yeah, stand to the right of the escalators if you're standing so people could walk up to the left side. If the metro is full, get off at the stops to allow people behind you to get off and go, Jesus Christ. If you're waiting, so if you're waiting for a really full metro and people to get off, allow the people to allow the people behind them to disembark. Allow those people to get back on first before you do so. Look around when the metro stops to make sure you aren't in the way of someone who wants to get off. Do the same on the bus. Bro, I feel like, me anyways, not that he's giving me a lecture. This is what you teach little kids. And we're on the, not necessarily the fringes of the internet, but this side of the internet. Like, what the actual fuck? Where are the adults? I mean, we seem to be surrounded by some people that look like adults, they just don't fucking act like it. They've been infantilized. If you're choosing to stand, make sure you're not in the way of the seats or blocking people from going to the back of the bus. Oh yeah, I know exactly what they're talking about. The cool kids normally go to the back of the bus, alright? The cool kids. And I still do when I would go. And there would be maybe a couple of stairs to go up. And there's always a couple of assholes that just have to block the fucking stairs from people getting on. It's like, bruv, do I need to take your bag, scoot it over, or do I need to kick your ass for you to move? Pay attention. I get you're listening to music, I get you're probably talking to somebody, but you still gotta be aware of your surroundings. What do you think? When I go out for a walk, and I've been doing this since I moved a long time ago with the family in that condo. Just because I would be out and I'd be blasting my metal music, you don't think I'm not trying to be vigilant and notice my surroundings? Yeah, I'm like that on the bus. I make it a point to do that because I have this thing called situational awareness. It's not just for those tiny little things, but if I see somebody that looks who's sketchy as fuck, I need to know what's going on. So yeah, this is a whole big fat nothing burger. Like, what the hell? And please don't rub your snot all over the hench. It's summer. Some of us want to stay healthy so we can soak up the sun. Yeah, because so far summer has been very bland. The beginning of June, we were still putting on the fucking heater at the beginning, over a month ago. Our summer is it doesn't even feel like summer anymore. I don't know, these idiots are putting up, what lasers they're putting up in the ionosphere, but Jesus Christ, I really am not trusting that HARP program, and it's screwing with us over here, and don't think for 1 second I don't see those chemtrails. I see those chemtrails out here in the skies of MTL. Quebec, rather. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. A whole bunch of what the fuck is going on in Montreal. but it holds a special place in everyone's hearts. Montreal is not like any other city. It doesn't have the same problems as Toronto or Vancouver. What are you talking about? We're different. We're in the beautiful nation of Quebec, where we're doing things right while the rest of you idiots out in Canada are doing, like, you guys are ass backwards. Learn from us, and you'll see how a real nation does it. That's about all, folks. Peace out.